Triathlon season's been over for me for a few weeks' time now, so it's time for me to look back on my rookie season as a pro. I raced 11 triathlons over 19 weeks this year. It's a heck of a lot more racing than I've ever done in the past. I think in my previous 4 years in triathlon, I'd only done like 14 or 15 triathlons total. So it was a lot more racing, but that's something that I definitely wanted to get into this year. Winning Rose City Triathlon was a great early season confidence boost for me. The race didn't all go well. It was kind of an average swim, really poor bike, but then I just had an incredible run and was able to run my way to the victory there, which gave me a lot of confidence heading into the meat of my season. 8th place at Ironman Lake Placid in what I feel like was my most competitive and complete race of the season. It was my first professional Ironman. I wasn't quite sure what the dynamic was going to be like and if I was just going to be in no man's land since Ironman's such a long race with nobody kind of around me the whole time, but I was able to get a little bit of experience riding in a group, and there was a lot of back and forth on the run, and ultimately it's probably the race that I'm most proud of from this season. 8:49 and I think 13th place at Ironman Louisville was a really great bounce back race for me. Had a lot of disappointment from Ironman Mont Tremblant, but I was able to learn some lessons from that and had my best 4 weeks of training I've ever done leading into Ironman Louisville. So I was glad to finish the season on a high by applying those lessons and just having a really good solid race. Ironman Mont Tremblant was definitely my biggest disappointment of the season. Everything was going so well, felt great halfway through the run in 4th place, and then things started to all unravel and eventually fall apart for me. Wasn't all lost. I was able to learn a lot from that race and from my failures from that race, and really able to see that in all my previous Ironman races I'd had near failures but just hadn't quite gone over the edge until Mont Tremblant. So not all was lost from it, but it was still a difficult lesson to learn. I got to race head-to-head quite a bit, which is something that I really want to do this year. I just don't have a lot of experience with head-to-head racing, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. I suck at riding in packs. So before this year, I'd never ridden with anyone or ridden in a pack, and in a bunch of races this year I was able to ride with people, but I'd always either be at the front of the pack or the back of the pack, because if I was anywhere in the middle, everyone would shuffle past me because I leave too big of a gap in front of me. I've got to get a lot more confidence and when I'm actually riding in the groups, and I've always just been so afraid of getting a drafting penalty that I leave way too big of a space. I need to run faster. Well, actually, I need to swim, bike, and run faster, but a really big focus in the off season is needing to run faster. If I want to make it to that next level of athletes, then really in an Ironman, I need to be running under 3 hours, and in a half, I need to be running under 120. So that's going to be a big focus in my off season. This year, I got to meet some incredible people, both my fellow professional athletes and all sorts of great homestays and volunteers. I thought that there might be a lot of egos and posturing among the professional athletes. I have found at times towards the front end of the age group field, you do sometimes get some egos, and I thought that that might just be magnified in the professional ranks, but that wasn't the case at all. I just met a ton of really great guys who were a lot of fun to race against. Made some new friends, and I really enjoyed racing as a pro this year. Also had some really incredible homestays. So at all my Ironman branded races, so at Eagleman, at Lake Placid, at Mont Tremblant, at Louisville, I had incredible homestays who were just nicest people to open up their homes to me, show off their communities, and big thank you to all the homestays that I had this year. And got to meet a lot of great volunteers at all the different races along the way. So all in all, the 2018 season, my rookie pro season, exceeded my expectations. I definitely really enjoyed this year of racing and training. I have some big goals for next year, so it's going to be a lot of work in the off season, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So thanks a lot for watching this week's video. If you like what you see, please click the subscribe button down below. And until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother...